Hey guys, we're almost done with our George Washington book, so here we go. Pay attention to what I'm reading. Watch this. The Americans all agreed that George Washington was the wisest and the bravest soldier that they had. They asked him to be their commander-in-chief and lead them in defense of their rights and their liberties. George Washington mounted his horse and, accompanied by some of his officers, set off on the long journey to Boston. He had not gone far when a messenger came riding toward him bringing news of the Battle of Bunker Hill. So bravely had the New Englanders fought that the strong force of redcoats had retired into Boston and did not dare to come out. "The liberties of the country are safe," cried Washington when he heard how gallantly the New Englanders had fought, and he and his officers, they hurried. On the command of Cambridge, outside of Boston, General Washington took command of his army. It was a strange army, for his men were not soldiers, but farmers and hunters. Isn't that weird? That he would use farmers and hunters to be some of his soldiers? This was the time that the Liberty Bell rang over America. The colonists had decided that they would not be part of England anymore because the English king would not try to understand their troubles. They would be free. On the 4th of July, 1776, they declared their independence. They were determined to get their rights and their liberty. Washington led his soldiers through all dangers and difficulties. He retreated with his army when he saw he could not win. But wherever he had a chance, he attacked. And when the redcoats thought that they had beaten him, he returned. Through snowstorm and ice, he came back with his men across the Delaware River. Excuse me. He surprised the redcoats. And he won the victory. For several years, the war went on, and sometimes the redcoats won, and sometimes Washington won. Okay? Yes. And so our story is really all about being brave. Washington used ordinary people. He was a good leader, right? He wanted to train ordinary people. He wasn't afraid of that. And so bravery, courage in the middle of things that seem impossible is really what George Washington was all about. He was all about that, right? And so remember, get your assignments done. The Bunker Hill video, watch that, and do the rest of your assignments. And I will talk to you tomorrow. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow. I don't know why I did that. I just felt like doing that. Hope I made you laugh.